So there might be a wipe today, there might not be. If not, then maybe tomorrow. Hi everybody, my name is Onepeg MG, and this is the news. As you can see, I decided that it might be a good idea to suit up for today's newscast. Trying to bring a little professionalism to the trade, you know? Right. Anyway. For those of you that are wondering about what happened with my last video, the music that I had been using historically has been this song called Intro, written by the XX. Now, as is the case with any content creator, one of the things that you want to make sure that you do is if using music, you use stuff that either you own, you have permission to use, or things that are considered royalty-free. In this case, YouTube actually has a directory for that. Found right here, YouTube/audio library/music. And in this nearly endless list of music, YouTube touts this as being something that you have permission to be able to use, as long as sometimes you give credit to the artist and other times you don't even have to do that, and it's completely fine. With one exception. YouTube doesn't tell you when they take the music off the list or when they add music to the list. So it's up to us as content creators to self-police this, because what happens is if it gets removed from the list and suddenly it becomes music that is copyrightable or claimable, they can levy a strike against you. And in my case, that's exactly what happened. The music that I had been using thematically for the entire duration of this channel for these news broadcasts suddenly became something that was copyright claimable. The day before I uploaded that video, it wasn't, and the day that I uploaded it, it was. Now, what's interesting is, algorithmically, it only caught the tail end of that video, which is why now the last 10 to 15 seconds of it is muted. So I took it down in order to dispute the claim, and eventually ended up just muting that section that they said had to be muted, whereas the intro is still fine. But all of that being said, it's now been remedied because, as you can see, we have new introductory music for our stuff. A special thank you to my brother Veritas for providing me with the means to be able to use his music, and I hope you guys enjoy the track Paperboy that he was so generous in letting me use for these news videos. If you guys want to check him out, please do so. He's a fantastic content creator. He's an awesome, awesome dude. I'm lucky that I can call him family, and you guys should definitely give him all of the love for his creativity and his imagination. Now, before I get into the preliminary patch notes for 11.7, I did want to address one thing in particular. Now, the last video that I put up was very, very critical of the economic system of Battlestate and the things that they were doing to modify it. And I just want to clarify a couple of things. Personally, I don't necessarily mind that Battlestate ends up messing with the economy. If they decide that they're going to change stuff, it's their game, right? They can experiment on whatever they want when it comes to the economy. The problem that I have is that they didn't give people any kind of advance notice. Now, of course, they don't have to, but that comes at the risk of alienating the player base. It goes without saying that as players, we would like to know what's up. And sometimes surprises are good, and sometimes surprises are very, very, very bad. And in this case, I feel as though these modifications that were made to the economy on a whole were pretty bad. And while it's easy for me on my end to meme on all of this stuff, I realize that these guys are trying to develop a game and want to see what the effects of economic changes would be. I just would like to see this come as like a little bit of advance notice, even if it was a couple of hours, just something so that people know what's coming and they can prepare a little bit, because not for nothing, if all of the traders were going to go on vacation, I have a feeling that they would have said like, hey, by the way, I'm going to be shutting down the shop tomorrow, you know? And that was a really bad accent. Let's talk patch notes, shall we? So here we go. We're going to try and go through this rapid fire. As of the day of this recording, today is Monday, my time. That means that there's possibly a wipe today or tomorrow is the plan. Hopefully it's today. I would love to be able to see it be today, but we'll see. So added, SVD, we knew was coming. The Vepr Hunter Carbine is a 308 Vepr, which is very, very cool. The MDR assault rifle, very, very cool. Third USEC voice, my man, 41. Access to labs with key cards. Now, we know that the key card system is supposed to work as follows. You get one key card per person that wants to enter into the lab if you are playing solo. If you're playing in a group, the leader of that party burns their key card on the way in. So labs costs one key card in order to be able to enter. We know that is the system, right? New weapon parts and modifications, over 100 items in total. We know that the MPX is a huge part of that. New equipment, 2 body armors, rig, helmet with visor, and a backpack. Very, very cool. Armor-piercing 9x19 cartridges, and round-by-round SKS or top loading. Very, very, very cool. Looks like they're doing some more work on freezing, stuttering, desync issues, and optimization of the different maps, so hopefully all of us can collectively see some additional frame rates there. They fixed a lot of stuff with AI improvements and behaviors. The bug where flashbangs weren't hitting people through metal fences and glass. A lot of different bug fixes that we knew were things that they had been working on, things that we're familiar with, other things that we were not. And the largest changes in this patch were right here. Increased recoil of all weapons by 30%. Now, again, one of the largest complaints that people had, aside from the automatic recoil compensation that is done by your PMC character, is that the recoil on most of these guns felt way, way too low. A lot of them were laser-like. And in this case, it looks like with this average increase in recoil of about 30% per gun, we should see a lot more interesting gunplay where this spray and pray meta is hopefully not something that we need to worry about anymore. Now, I don't think that 30% is going to be enough, and we did get told that they were going to incrementally be increasing recoil as a mechanic of this game as time goes on. So hopefully this is just the first increment, and we'll see some much more realistic gunplay mechanics as time goes on. I would say that they do need to be adding some kind of weapon sway, because it feels as though at any point you can point shoot from the center of your screen, and if you get good enough at it, it's laser accurate at the center dot. And it should be a little bit more variable than that, but we'll have to see how that goes. They did say that they modified mechanic quests according to new mods and changes of the parameters of the old, so that's cool. The ability to get up while reloading when prone is also a good add. Increasing the amount of items that spawn in safes. So one of the other complaints that people had was that safes were nerfed kind of like into the ground. They weren't really worth looting anymore. So it's interesting to see how this will increase the loot point activity, and safes might become great again. I guess we'll see. Image enhancements of NVGs. So another thing that people were complaining about was night vision goggles looked really grainy and really bad. And it looks like BSG heard the cries from people and have improved that. So hopefully we'll get some more clarity. Balancing changes in quest experience awards. So one of the things that people have been saying is that leveling has been extremely, extremely fast. And by reducing the amount, hopefully they're reducing the amount of experience that people are gaining from the task rewards, it will slow down the leveling a bit. Editing guy here on the back end of this video. One thing that I did forget to mention while I was looking over the patch notes, super important thing. They modified a lot of the tasks after 11.7 to where there are going to be parameters of them that require you to have to collect the item that it is that you are looking to hand in. Now, I have no idea how these task folks are going to know, quote unquote, whether or not you found the item on the map already, if the item somehow has some kind of mechanic built into it that knows whether or not the item spawned on the map, or if somebody could bring the item into the map and then drop it or get killed with it on them, and you could just loot it off of their body and take that out. I have no idea. But it looks like there are collection quests now where you have to get them on the map or loot them from a scav or something like that on the map that you're playing, as opposed to just being able to buy a bunch of stuff off the flea market and hand it in. So we'll see how that slows down the XP progression. Increased chance of fractures from bullets, and this is another huge one. Increased damage to armor and helmets. So one of the big unknowns with this is we don't know if that means that we as players are going to be taking more damage as a result of those impacts, or if what they mean is that it's going to be more durability lost per bullet impact, ergo degrading the armor faster and being able to cause people damage sooner. I guess we'll just have to see what that's going to look like and how that's going to play out. The damage to helmets thing makes me wonder a little bit. That worries me. Helmets are already super easy to penetrate, and it might be even easier now to kill people with headshots, which it already feels super, super easy. But again, something that we'll have to see. They also said that they changed ammo stacks. Hopefully the stacks are larger. Changed the internal size of the ammo case. Was 6x6 is now 7.7, so that's good. Various bug fixes and balance changes of items. Replaced mechanical keys with key cards for the lab and added card readers. So again, this is one of those things that we're not really sure about. We don't know if that means that each room is going to have its own multi-use key card, like a key for a door, like we saw historically, or if it's the labs is going to have single-use key cards and they're just going to get burned both on entry to the labs and then burned off on each door. Time will tell. So we're going to have to really keep an eye on this and see what this is going to generate for us. Added new loot points on customs, so that's cool. Improved the quality of loot in the Kibba store on the interchange. Corrected the amount of ammo rounds bots have. So it very well might be that bots no longer get to have unlimited ammunition. I guess we'll have to see with that as well. Fixes and changes to some of the merchants' offers. So we'll also have to see what that looks like. It might be that stash amounts that they have for sale are changing. It could be that now there's going to be moved things from vendors to vendors. We'll probably have to take a closer look at this and see what things have moved where and how much. That's really all I have for today, guys. So there's some really interesting things that are coming with this new patch. I'm still super hyped up about this pre-wipe event now that they've gotten rid of this trader on vacation player run economy thing. Back to being able to buy stuff again and being able to get in there and just do some fun PvP. I'm looking forward very, very much to the wipe. As soon as it happens, we're all going to be going super hard. I hope you guys will be able to join me on stream. Today is my 28th day in a row being live. So I'm going to get this thing edited. As soon as it's up on YouTube, I'll be hitting the go live button. And hopefully I will see you guys on the stream. And if I don't, I will do my level best to see you here tomorrow. But if the wipe occurs, I would not plan on a news video for me tomorrow at the beginning of the day. Instead, what I'm going to do is put in a good solid run of time, and then hopefully I'll be able to do an upload for everyone after the streaming day is over. Okay? Thank you guys so much again for all the love and support. This is my full-time gig now, so thank you. You guys are amazing. And I will see you very, very soon. Thanks.